And so that's the thing, is that as children, we are adopting what we see from our parents, from their posture to their gestures, even to their emotional patterns of behaviour. Hello and welcome back. So we're into week 3 of Somatic in September. But as I said, if you're listening to this at another time of the year, it doesn't matter. It's applicable all of the time. However, it's nice to have this yearly event that Total Somatics, I've been holding it now for many, many years. It's just a way for us to come together in September, and it's to reevaluate how we're going. Do we need to just recalibrate? Do we need to reboot our nervous system? Where do we need to just pick up and notice where we might just need to do a little bit of self-care? So what we're going to have a look at today is how our posture, our movement and our emotions are being shaped. And we're looking at how they've been shaped through generations. So for example, by people and by environments around us, and at many times without us even realizing. And so what I want to share with you is, again, I've mentioned it in other episodes, it's one of my favorite subjects. It's about mirror neurons, but also about mimicry. And again, I've got 2 great nephews now, and it's wonderful to see them. They might be on the other side of the world, but I get to see wonderful videos and photos of them. And what's really special is to see their little mannerisms and their behaviours and how they're picking things up from their parents. So again, if you've got children around you or you've seen them growing up, you can see how these mirror neurons are developing. However, we're all influenced by them, and that's what I want to share with you today. Because mirror neurons are brain cells that fire off when both we see an action being performed or when we are doing it ourselves. So if we're doing it or we're watching someone do it, these mirror neurons are kicking off. And that's really how we learn. It is through mimicry. As I said, like my little great nephews, they are picking up everything from their parents and other people around them. And it's this that is what's firing off their little brains. So they're either performing the action, or if they can't quite do it just yet, they are soaking all that information in. They are watching their mummy or their daddy walking and seeing how they do those actions. And before you know it, they'll be doing it too. And so that's the thing, is that as children, we are adopting what we see from our parents, from their posture to their gestures, even to their emotional patterns of behaviour. And so if we have a think about our biomechanics, have you considered that stooped walk, or maybe that habit of having a tight jaw, just like a parent has? You see, these patterns have not just been yours, they've actually been learned behaviours from previous generations. And it could be that the parent that you've picked that behaviour off, they might have had it from their parent. There's a good chance they have, actually. And this is what's called intergenerational transfer of tension. Very fascinating stuff. So that's why what we want to start seeing is that we have these generational patterns, and what we might need to start considering is, if they're not serving us well, we need to be a circuit breaker towards them. And that's where maybe we are the circuit breaker within our family or within our community that's going to stop that pain or stop that stress cycle from happening. Because what awareness will allow you to have is the power to choose to either move or breathe or respond in a different manner from what has been before. And remember, I said awareness. Awareness is key, because until now, those patterns of behaviour have been unconscious or subconscious. You've just picked them up, or family members have picked them up and just carried them on for many, many years. And so that's where clinical somatic movement, what it's going to do is not just be rewiring your body, but it's going to be changing how you perceive, how you react, and how you move through the world. It's changing the lens that you perceive, because again, if we're changing your movement, we're changing the state of your nervous system, we're changing your breath rate, that's going to shift your emotional and mental well-being too. And again, instead of being reactive to situations and hypersensitive, we're going to be more responsive and reflective when a comment is made. Again, maybe that's a personality that you can see in family members, you can see in yourself, and that you want to change. And the great thing is your brain has that capacity to do it because of the process of neuroplasticity. Our brains are always rewiring and changing. You have that capacity too. So you see, when you move with awareness, others around you will begin to sense and feel this calmness that you have within. And that's where you can become that ripple effect. And so your beautiful mirror neurons are starting to shift and change. Other people's mirror neurons are going to be noticing yours. And then if you're that circuit breaker, they'll start to mimic and want to know why you've developed this more calm, regulated state. So you can have so much power within your community or within your family to shift these old patterns. And you see, that's why I want to share with you a resource, because this resource is going to help you to create a regulated nervous system. And when we create a regulated nervous system, we have greater bandwidth within our nervous system and within our tolerance to manage different settings and situations. So let me just share this resource with you. If you go to totalsomatics.com/regulate, that's totalsomatics.com/regulate. If you have a look and you experience that firsthand, where I encourage you to change your breath rate, your eye movement, and that's going to change very quickly the state of your nervous system. What'll happen is that is what's going to be sensed and felt by people around you. Because don't forget, we don't work in isolation. Our movements, our behaviors, our patterns, our mindset, this is all having a ripple effect to the people around us, just the same as we sense and feel their energy and how they're feeling. So imagine if you're shifting and changing how your emotional, mental, physical, and energetic health and well-being is. Imagine how that's going to impact other people, and they'll want to know also, what are you doing to change the way that you're moving, you're breathing, you're not in pain anymore, your posture's improved, you feel more confident, you look more confident. People will want to know what's happening. And this is where, again, we are shifting and moving away from any of that intergenerational transfer of tension. I'm sure you'd want to join me in that experience too. So again, that resource, totalsomatics.com/regulate. So add that to your toolkit that you've got for this month. And again, look out for next time, because again, I'm going to share something even more special with you. But until next time, I'm going to send you all my love, all my very best wishes. Take care. See you soon. Bye.
Thank you for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and also forward this on to somebody you know will benefit. To learn more about pain relief, plus how to improve your health and well-being, go to totalsomatics.com. Until next time, take care.